The gin it stays dry, the wine keeps on flowing, hates his own life.
Hey everyone, I'm Nicole Moss, co-founder of Moss Consulting HR Services and your host of Easton Park TV. I'm here with Nico Little.
Hi.
Of Nico Little and the North Americans. We are about to have an excellent episode of a very cool podcast. He's going to play some music for us.
I do.
He's going to talk about the music industry, the name of the band, all the things, and lots of other things that we're going to pop into. So we'll just jump right in.
Let's do it.
We'll just start.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, welcome to Nico and Nicole's podcast.
yeah, in case you didn't know the name of it now.
I'm replacing Steve this week.
Yeah. Steve's actually always a behind the scenes guy.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, are you like our Jamie?
Yes.
Can I go look that up, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I won't, but if I needed to.
He can tell us things. He'll tell us things on this monitor.
Oh.
We'll have to answer questions later on a little whiteboard.
Really?
The only thing, yeah, it's going to be a great time. The only thing is we've got weed water coming and we don't want to miss it.
Are we allowed to talk about weed water?
Yeah, we can talk about weed water. Steve and I are on a sobriety path right now. Well, sobriety like alcohol.
California sober.
California sober.
Absolutely. Where did that come from?
The first person I've ever heard say California sober was you, but I think it's like a thing.
California sober is a really. I know it from Willie Nelson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like not a new
That's not a new term.
trendy situation.
Let's find out.
Yeah,
You know
let's
what?
find out where it comes
Look
from.
that up, Steve.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, can you look up California sober? No, Steve and I have partied pretty hard for many, many years. We were talking the other day, like, we've been married over 10 years.
Yeah.
We've been together longer than 10 years. And, like, we drank heavily every night for most
years.
of those 10 years.
Yeah.
So, like, the beginning of this year, I was making fun of a bunch of people doing dry January.
There's no way Demi Lovato came up with the term.
No.
In
In 2021.
I refuse to believe that that's true.
Oh, she released a song.
Oh, when she went on she overdosed on opioids in 2018. I'm
Oh,
learning a lot
dang.
about Demi Lovato right now.
From one paragraph. Look what you can learn from the internet.
Has she since quit? You know what? We don't need to talk about Demi.
Demi, I mean, I feel like she's important.
She's good. I like her.
Who's a moderate user of alcohol and marijuana. Oh. No, Steve and I just like partied really hard for a long time, and I called a bunch of people pussy and quitters during January for dry January. And then February happened, and I was like, well, he got sick, and so he wasn't drinking. And so I was like, well, I probably shouldn't. And then today's 70 days for me.
Of no drinking.
No drinking.
My best friend, or one of them. I shouldn't say that because my other best friends will get upset. But one of my best friends is 3 months sober right now, and she says it's
awesome.
really fun.
It's
I
like,
just love a beer.
Me
Not gonna
too.
pretend like I don't love a cold one.
I
Also
love
love
to
a
drink.
michelada. Had one yesterday.
Oof.
First time. That's a good beverage.
It's good. It's delicious. I really like drinking a lot. Gin is my fave. I love a good like gin and tonic was my thing, but I feel so good. Like
Yeah.
I was worried about it, about like just being like super lame and kind of like
And so
boring.
everyone says it's like, and then it comes back, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then life becomes more fun on the other side.
I don't know, more fun. I would say different fun. Like it feels real. I was drinking every day, like a lot every day.
That can't be good.
No, it can't be good. Well, and it's like we own a business, we work a lot. Like, you know, our business is our sole source of income, so it's a little stressful.
You
We
guys
have
own a business
team.
together?
Yeah, we own it and work together.
What do you
every day.
guys do?
We're in human resources.
HR.
HR.
Nothing like an HR person who's just
Just
absolutely hammered, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
why did the HR rep grab my butt? Yeah.
yeah. No, human resources is like, I would really be interested to see how many people who have been, I've been in human resources for like 10 years, actually longer than that, 15 years. And like, people just grind you down.
Well,
It's-
yeah, no, it's like psychologists who end up being like addicts because all they do all day is listen to problems.
Dude,
right?
it's like no one calls human resources, just like no one goes to a therapist. You're not like going to a therapist because you're having a great life. You know what I mean? Like,
I have never seen a therapist. I've never gone to a first therapy meeting because I was excited to go.
yeah.
It's
dude.
like, I really need to see this person.
Yeah. So human resources is kind of the same of like, people don't call HR to say they're having a good day. People are, but anyway, so like, it was so easy, and you work from home, and like I think that COVID really changed the way that people consumed alcohol. I was
100%.
fucked up every day.
Every day.
It was fun, and it was like socially acceptable.
I
at that
remember
point.
during COVID, like I lived at home with my family because I was
You were 20.
I was 20, and I'd been in college for like a month when it happened. So I did my entire degree online, which kind of sucked, but whatever.
Yeah.
But my parents, they said like we couldn't drink, like the whole house did like a no drinking like 2-3 days of the week.
Okay.
And then I moved to like a different spot just for a couple months because my parents are separated. I moved to my dad's house because he was out of the country. And I was drinking every day.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
It was so easy. There was no like expectations.
Oh, 5 o'clock. On a what day? Who cares?
Yeah.
I got nothing. It's the same thing's gonna happen tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
So who cares?
every day was Saturday, and then I think that really changed like a lot of like people's like drinking habits because I don't know. So anyway, it's been good for us. I don't know that I'm gonna never drink again, but for right now, like I was gonna do 30 days, and then like halfway through, I was like kind of depressed that I was already halfway through the 30 days, and I was like, "You dumb idiot! You don't have to go fall into a bottle of gin on day 31."
You do not, no.
And I haven't, so I just like haven't wanted to drink, and I've done like, you know. I could see how it would be difficult for musicians. You guys are like in the environment all the time.
I think it's an age thing too for musicians. I think you figure it out. Every big musician that I like right now, no, it's not true. That's a huge blanket statement. There's a lot of them that I like. You know, Billy Strings, John Mayer, Marcus King. That I look up to as like kind of like guitar gods and musical gods, and they're all California sober right now.
Yep.
Big weed guys, I think.
Yeah.
But
raw dog in life is tough,
dude, right? Yeah, but I think that there's a maturity that comes with sobriety. I think that like that's not something you do
figure it out.
Sorry, I like the dialogue. It's funny.
Yeah, he adds his dialogue in.
I like that,
us.
dude.
really stops the flow and everyone's like, what did Steve say?
No, but I think it's funny. I want to. My thing is, I'm going to answer your thing. So, but I like that. When you're younger, it's you drink at the bar shows because there's kind of like a FOMO of you want to be the most fun person in the room.
Yeah.
And by default, that means you want to be
drunk.
Yeah, probably.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's just way easier. But then, like every time I do it, I care a little bit. I drink a little less, and I care a little less.
Yeah.
And then I think by the time I'm in my 30s, I'll have I might.
Listen,
dude, 70 days sounds fun. It sounds clean. I feel like I'd be so skinny, dude. I would like.
I lost weight fast. Like it was.
And in my face, I know that I would just look good.
Yeah.
I just feel like. This is so not what I thought we would be talking about.
Neither.
By the way,
we can talk about other things
I'd
too.
be like, oh my god, I'm gonna look so good.
The skin game is different. It's and I think it's interesting because a lot of people that we're talking to right now are like sober, and so like Nolo, the band I was telling you about, it's an incredible band. He did so this Brett Mayers is one of the most. They're all incredibly talented. They all met at Recovery Unplugged.
Really?
Many years ago, so they've all been sober for a really long time, and they talked about the same thing of like
they're a sober band.
They're totally sober, and they play at Recovery Unplugged, and then they do shows all over the place. But he did a cover of Valerie that was just here at Easton Park at the Union. That was just so incredible. Like, and they talk about the whole thing of like playing shows sober and doing the whole thing. And I think, like as you get older, the vibe changes. But I think that in your 20s, I highly support the
Drinking?
party.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important. I actually have a song about it.
Really?
Which I was planning on singing today, which I'll definitely sing now.
Yeah.
It's just about men and their vices, like kind of across the board, and it's like it follows one guy, but he is all like whatever it is, gambling or drinking or drugs or like whatever it is, and the whole point of the song is like you never know how to figure it out because you're not a good person. Aww. And that's the problem. It's not a happy song, but I love that it like I love the message. Yeah.
So well, no, I mean, I get it though. Like when you're writing.
I'll try and shut
yeah, shut up over there, Steve. What did you call him, Jamie?
Jamie. Yeah.
Jamie, stop.
Jamie from Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, Jamie. You're really taken away from.
I don't know. I think Steve and I are gonna get along. When I saw the simulator, I knew that this was my kind of guy.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you're gonna golf a little before you leave today.
Steve, come on, bit of golf.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Bit of yeah.
Yeah, put a golf ball in front of you.
Putt pass, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think that I can't wait to hear that song, and I think that
it's our album opener. It's our only sad song, and it's like so heavy and deep, but it's it's Reed's favorite song.
Really?
from local sets.
I mean, people probably identify with it. Like
That's the whole thing. Is I tried to write a song that like one line you'd go, oh, that might have been me, because then the hook is like, that's what good men do. So if you relate to something, you're like, you're not a good guy. Like it's a trap. It's like
I love it. It's like a psychological trap.
It's a trap, and I am a psych major.
Okay.
So
excellent.
Not that is why I did that, but I'll shamelessly plug myself as a psych major.
I love that. So talk to me then about your like songwriting process.
I have changed it of recent. So some songs on this record that I'm saying this because we're finishing it up like this week. It's going to come out during the summer. Which
awesome.
Is really fun.
So
this
exciting.
Might be the first. No, this is not the first place I've spoken. This will be the second place I've spoken about it.
Cool. So you got your practice out of the way, and this is the real deal.
So obviously we're dropping an album, which is exciting. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and I'm really looking forward to it. I can't talk about all of it. I can talk about some of it, but we have to get this album out because we want the album to be out so that when cool things maybe happen, that we're like ready for it.
Yep.
So the exciting thing is we're like, all right, album got to be done now. So we put a timeline. We got our money together. We figured it out. We got our money together is a big word to say that. Yeah. I tried to figure it out. It's a work in progress, but
yeah.
And I think that people should be more honest about that. Like it's not easy, the finances of putting together an album, especially when you're doing it full time, and don't freak yourself out. Like breathe a little. It's like anyway.
I feel like musicians have like, I think it is good to talk about because we've talked to a lot of musicians and we're entrepreneurs. We started and own and run our own business, and our livelihood depends on that business doing well. We're both in it 100%. And I think that people don't look at musicians as entrepreneurs as much as they should.
I literally just took a class on that this morning.
It's like a whole thing. Yeah. And like Jackie Venson's a really, really good example of this.
Jackie Venson is okay. So she starts with her YouTube videos, right? Is that what had started her, or some? She was making videos, right?
She was. I don't know exactly how she got started, but what I do know is that she
built a brand.
She built a brand.
Oh yeah, she
and
did.
Her followers are. It's like religious.
Dude,
like
I love her.
They love her.
I love
Same.
her.
We love Jackie, and then she's so good at like. She built the brand. She has a follow. What do they call it? The JV Squad. And the JV Squad, the following is like, it's like a cult following.
I didn't know about all this.
Yeah. And she interacts with her people. But here's the thing.
She's got believers?
Yeah. They're called the JV Squad.
Let's go, Jackie.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Jackie's
Let's
killing
go,
it.
Jackie.
Yeah.
The JV-bers. I love that.
But I think the cool thing about Jackie is that like, when you look at her, her music is incredible. She's a freaking goddess, right?
She's a force of nature, dude. She's a force.
Yeah. So Steve tells me,
and that smile, like just everything about her. It's just she's so exactly what I want that person who makes that kind of music to be.
She is.
Yeah, she just is that. It's just she is.
She's so cool. She's so cool. And I think there's so many cool things about Jackie, but what she's done really well is like she lives off of rock and roll. Like her fiance is her manager.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Louis Carr. He manages a bunch of people in Austin. Jackie's one of them. And then I can't remember the girl, Gabby. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But Jackie's excellent, and she's living on rock and roll. They bought a house. Like they turned the garage into her studio, and she's like, sometimes we went and saw when she moved in, and she was like, sometimes lay on the couch and take a nap in the middle of the day and like write a song. Like that's her whole thing is that. And so when I think that like musicians it's not easy. Money does not come easy. It's an incredibly, incredibly competitive space, and it's not like how it used to be where you like sell out tickets to a show unless you're like,
well, it's not direct to consumer anymore,
right?
Which is kind of the biggest problem about it,
right?
However, the numbers look like by 2030 it might actually be completely back to that.
Really?
Like that's what they're saying. Like I was like reading about this the other day. Again, I was reading about this on some like blog online where it's like they're saying that because it's like no one's getting paid out on streaming platforms that people like fans are willing to pay the artists, and that by within the next 10 years, I guess is what they're saying, that it's going to go back to some version of pay to listen to my album, and people will do it. And if it's not crazy amounts of money, if it's $5 to listen to someone's album forever,
right,
iTunes style maybe, I guess, I would do it, would you not?
Yeah, I mean, we did. So people who are a little older than you would go and spend. I mean,
oh,
like,
right, that was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever just said.
Records.
Whoa.
And
why
then,
did I just assume that was not a thing?
I mean, that was a thing for a really, really long
so
time.
Sorry.
No, but I think that's such a good point, though, is that like people, and you're right, people are happy to pay way more than $5 for an album. Like, like you'd go buy a CD back in the day. I say back in the day, or a cassette tape even further back in the day, or like a record way,
or a vinyl.
Yeah, but like you're paying. It was never like for a kid. Like, okay, I'm 37. When I could drive, we were buying CDs, and like it was a cassette tape in my car, but I had a CD player in my trunk, a 6-mix CD situation, which was very cool back then. But you would go and spend like 22.
A rotation.
Did
you have a book where like?
Yeah, of course, and
so
they were all.
Those? You remember the old?
Yeah, I mean, I love music. I've always loved music, and like, but you would go to like Sam Goody or Hastings, and like you would spend $20, $22, $25, $27 on a CD, and you'd have it forever, and like you couldn't wait to do it. Like, so people are and I think that people are happy to buy music, and they want the money to go to the artist, but like
I think people want the money to go to the artist. I don't think people are happy to buy music,
right?
But I think they do want the money to go to the art. Like, here's the thing: no one wants to pay for music, right? Like, and I get why you don't, like, as a consumer, I totally understand that, because, but I think there needs to, like, there's gotta be a balance. It's gotta be like, if we're gonna continue in this, again, this is just my opinion, if we're gonna continue in this kind of trajectory, artists are gonna start releasing records, like albums, projects that you can buy.
Yep.
And then I think singles are gonna continue to be what's like, people are still gonna waterfall. People are still gonna go for gold. Like, always, that's like Sabrina Carpenter is gonna continue. Like, that is always gonna happen. And but I think artists are gonna be able to find a way to make money.
Yeah.
Just selling their albums as like pieces of art.
Yeah, and I think they should.
Yeah.
I think people will buy them. Like, some of my favorite.
Do you know what nugs.net is? I believe that's what it's called. It's like it's a system where artists can record their live shows, and then you can pay $20 to listen to the whole show instead of having to go to the show. And I think that is like some way I see us going down that trajectory.
Agree with that.
Where it's like, it's not crazy. You don't have to pay like $300 to go see someone, but it's not anyone can listen to it.
Yeah.
And it's really always like, that's why I listen to all my Billy Strings.
Yeah, we love Billy Strings. And
goat.
like, he's incredible. And I think people should pay for music, just like people should pay for service of whatever they use. But
there it is. Yeah, nugs.net. There you go.
I think some of the best music that I've ever fallen in love with was like on the B side of a cassette tape. So like,
well, yeah.
Like, because you buy the song, you go buy the CD or the tape or the whatever for like the one song that you fall in love with on the radio or whatever, right? But then you listen to everything, and
if you're a music fan,
yeah.
So that's
what
I think is.
I
think that's what the thing is. I think people need to come to terms with that again. I think it was uncool to like music for a bit, and people were like, when rap kind of took over, and it's like girls used to have posters of Duran Duran all up in their house. Like, can we go back to that era of stuff? Give me a new Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And Olivia Rodrigo is bringing that back. You know, like, there are people that I think are really helping like push like the music industry forward in a great way that are mega stars. Yeah. But and not that the rap. See, I loved everything that like as a consumer, it was like, I love rap music.
I feel like you would be like a Mac Miller fan.
I'm not I love Mac, but I'm not a huge. I'm a huge Drake fan. Okay. Because I'm from Canada. Okay. And people like, I get so much hate for that right now, because whatever, like, I get Kendrick won. Like, he did. I'm not debating that. But Drake still got fucking bangers, dude.
Okay, listen, you're from Canada. One of my favorite shows ever as a kid was from Canada.
Which one, Degrassi?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Drake's in it.
Yeah, I know, and he was in a wheelchair.
He was.
It was that was one of my faves.
They shoot him in the back.
Yes.
And he falls all weird and shit.
I mean, it's kind of, we shouldn't laugh at that, because school shootings are real.
No, school shootings are such a problem in your country.
No, yeah. Well, yours too. You're here. Take some responsibility, Nico.
I'm also American. I don't know why I said it like that.
You're like, your country. I mean,
sorry.
What do you think about? Never mind. We shouldn't talk about. politics.
You know what?
Let's talk about it.
No, let's not. I can't.
Yeah. We did have a podcast that started with, on 9/11, I was in the locker room.
Really?
Yeah, where were you on 9/11?
I was 1 year old.
You were?
Yeah.
So you were kicking
I
it
was-
in your,
I was probably
in your house?
It's probably in Cleveland,
Yeah.
Ohio. No, I would have been in Montreal. I would have been back in Canada.
So you're safe.
Yeah. I marked safe on 9/11 on my Facebook.
You're like, that's funny. You
Okay,
were
no more 9/11.
no,
stuff,
it's
All right.
it's too soon.
We're playing a show. We are
It's
playing
too
a show.
soon. Okay, listen. Let's go back to your song about drinking, drugs, alcohol.
Yeah, it's the Vice
gambling.
song. Yeah,
can
it's
you-
called What Good Men Do. Do you want me to play it?
Yeah, can you play it?
Yes. What is this?
Oh, it's like we planned this.
Who brought this thing?
It's a plant. Was that your knees?
Huh?
Did your knees just pop?
Yeah.
I got poppy knees too.
Yeah, this is a very fun kind of Kelly Clarkson mix. You know,
Yeah.
like, if that's what you're going for, like you know her show.
I mean, I've seen like clips
Yeah,
of it,
right?
but that's
Oh,
like
you've
such
seen
a
the podcast
compliment.
clips of it?
Yeah.
Right, that energy at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. I really, and it's not just like I've liked Theo Von since I was a teenager.
I have a great Theo Von story.
You do?
I
Okay.
met him once.
Is he
The coolest man ever.
He
The
seems
sweetest.
like
The sweetest. And he remembered my name like
No way.
Like he remembered my name in an interaction that he really did not need to. You
Oh,
know?
that's
And he was
so
sweet and he
cool.
came up and he asked me for gum. And
No
he was
way.
like I pull up a pack of gum. It's gotta be the most Theo Von thing that has ever happened to me. I mean, the only thing, but
Okay.
I remember being like, this was real. He comes up to me and I'm like opening a pack of gum. And he goes, "You got gum?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's good to have gum," and then walks away. And then 5 minutes later comes back and goes, "Can I have a piece of gum?"
oh, that's so awesome.
And I was like, damn, that's my whole Theo Von story, but it meant a lot to me. I thought it was so funny.
No, it's so him. Like I feel like he's so genuine, and I really like when we started this podcast. Can you move your mic down so we can see your beautiful face?
Yes, also I want to take my phone off the we cut and then now we're back.
Yeah, we're
That's
back.
why there's so many drinks on the thing.
Yeah, the things
People are gonna be like,
So it's arcing up to you.
like this. There you go. Yeah, there we go.
You're welcome.
No, what I really like about Theo Von, we started this podcast and like I got voluntold to do this. This was not like this is Steve's passion project, which it is. It's great marketing for our business and all of those things. But like,
You're a good host though.
thank you.
Welcoming
Well,
energy.
I mean, I could shoot the shit all day with anyone, really. Like it's so. I mean, but I did
Like
get
a true American,
Yeah,
too.
like I mean, like an American,
Like a patriot.
okay, like come on. So like but Theo Von, like I've been an OG Theo Von fan since he was on Road Rules back
Fuck.
way back.
Years.
Okay, like I'm old.
Like years ago.
Yeah, like decades. So
like 20 years ago.
Yeah. So I've been watching Theo
Wow.
Von forever.
How old is Theo Von? I
I
always
think
forget.
he's like in his 40s,
He's 40s, yeah.
early 40s.
He's taller than you'd think, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so he is such a great. I think I learned a lot about how to interview just by watching him because I was not good at this in the beginning and I don't know that I'm good at it now, but I'm better than I was. But he's so genuinely interested, and one of the biggest aha moments for me in like interviewing people was, have you ever seen Hot Ones?
Yes.
Okay, so Theo Von went
That's
on
gotta
Hot
be.
Ones.
That's gotta be like you've made it if you're on Hot Ones.
Yeah. So he went on Hot Ones, and the guy and I think he has to be kind of robotic.
Sean Evans.
Yeah, he has to be really robotic because it is spicy, and he's got to move it
I
along.
think he's just like that.
He also might just be like that. But the only time that he ever opened up was when Theo Von was on his podcast. And
Really?
While Theo is hilarious and everything he said, you never know what's going to come out of his
Dude,
mouth.
it's so deep. He's got
so
such a ability to
genuine.
connect with people.
He flipped it. So
Yeah.
there's a big point in that whole interview, and he's like sweating and his eyes are watering, and he's saying hilarious stuff because it was so
Hot.
spicy. But like he flipped it and got the guy talking about himself, and I was like, no one gives a shit for me. Like I got everything is about you.
Yeah.
And it really like Theo Von thinks like that's how I got that. It was
Yeah.
like no one gives a shit for he's just like so interested in the other person.
Yeah, and that's like such a. I think he's just a real human.
Yeah.
He's a real guy in an industry, and with a community that doesn't necessarily always coincide with I think how real he really is.
Yeah.
But
I
which is
would
all more
love-
the credit to Theo Von. I like Theo Von. Like
Yeah.
I actually, and I know he's goofy and dumb, but I love all of it. I think
so funny.
across the board he's great.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and I think that like that's really kind of the vibe we're going for. Is a very like this is real life.
This
like,
is real life.
And it's
This
like
is real life, and like you
It's
don't you
okay.
don't start a podcast for it not to be real life.
no, and
right?
like it's okay if people mess up. It's okay if you got to get up and go to the bathroom. Like it's okay if you like, we got to cut or whatever. Like it's all good. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that Theo Von kind of has that same vibe. So we just want everyone to feel really like welcome and cool and comfy and
Yeah.
cozy and the whole nine. So It's very cool. So let's talk about, speaking of Theo Von, who's also it's kind of a great segue because he's sober. He's been on his sober journey.
Has he?
Yeah.
He is sober. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, years and years. I think he dabbled a lot in cocaine. So
I've also heard that on his podcast.
Yeah.
It was that joke. He says my favorite was cocaine.
Yeah, someone was like, what's your favorite kind of weed or what? And he's like, cocaine.
Cocaine, yeah. Yo.
But he's been totally sober for a long time. So could you intro the song we were talking about earlier? What's the name? Tell me about it.
So it's a song called "What Good Men Do,"
okay.
and it's the first song on our upcoming album. And it's a bit heavy, but it basically touches on themes of like the vices, and it's sorry, I chugged this
You're
carbonated
good.
beverage
You're
and I
all
just
good.
burped. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
See, real life.
This is real life. It's all good.
That was a real burp. Yeah. So the song is, I wanted to, it's very male oriented, the song,
Okay.
and which I thought was really important when I was writing it, because it's like, it's about men and their vices and their ability to turn a blind eye to maybe, and it's not like, I don't think everyone has a problem, but like, you know that there's a part of you in something that could be darker, and it's just a song about that. It doesn't need to be about anyone specific and the character isn't, it kind of follows, I guess, one guy, but he's all people. He's not like, it's kind of vague, and so
I love it.
but I'll perform it, and then
please.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Let's. This is my guitar. Yeah.
Do you have a name for your guitar?
No, but I do have a cool story about this guitar. I bought it for $100.
Nice.
My friend bought it for $100 at a pawn shop, and then I bought it off him, and it turned out to be like a really good guitar.
Nice.
Yeah, it's from 1991.
You were born.
Not born.
You were not born. No, right. 2001. You were born in 2000.
2000. Yeah, I was not even close.
I know that because I know where you were on 9/11.
On 9/11, how we've come back to 9/11 again is insane.
Well, we're patriots,
Yeah.
so
Tough day.
Really tough day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no jokes.
Not specifically tough for us. Like,
All right, might want to. Let's just go. Let's cut that part.
Yeah. Let's cut that part. So, okay, let's hear this song.
I'm a little giggly.
Yeah, I told
I should
you.
have chugged that.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you.
All right, here we go. This is What Good Men Do, and I will stay at this level from the mic. Cool.
Walks down the road, the only one who's been here before. And this time for sure, he won't come home again. Goes out to work, then straight to the drinks with his friends. And they don't pretend like they keep their noses clean. The gin, it stays dry, the wine keeps on flowing. Hates his own life, he finds it so boring. So many things he's gonna wish he'd seen through, but he'll never change, no. That's what good men do. He's got an old wife and 2 little girls at home. Yeah, but he'd rather just roam. That's a daddy they won't know. Place another bet, spend all the cash. gin it stays dry, the wine keeps on flowing. Hates his own life, finds it so boring. So many things he's gonna wish he'd seen through. He'll never change, no, that's what good men do. Yeah, that's what the good men do. Yeah, the gin it stays dry, the wine keeps on flowing. Hates his own life, finds it so boring. So many things he's gonna wish he'd seen through. He'll never change, no. Yeah, he'll never change, no. That's what good men do. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. So that's not like about anyone.
It's not. It's a series of. I wrote it all in one night though. It was
Okay.
very interesting. It came to me very quickly. Because I was like, oh, I wanted to write a song about. I had this like idea that line, the gin it stays dry.
Yeah.
The wine keeps on flowing. We were trying to write this blues song about like a drinking blues song, or like that's what the idea was in my head, and it felt so corny.
Okay.
And so then I was like, okay, what if it's like sad, and then it turned into like, what if it was like really sad and really slow, and then as I kind of worked through it, then I started to take the lyrics seriously, and then I was like, okay, well, what if it speaks to one? What if like the lyrics are kind of very hyper specific? So it sounds like it's about one person, but you can kind of grasp at them a little.
Yeah.
Because if this was all one guy, he's a horrible man. Like one
Yeah, he's got some
really
problems.
horrendous guy. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the like, you know. So that was, and I don't drink gin or wine kind of ever.
Okay.
So it's like, you know,
Yeah. It just
you know,
sounds
it's like
good.
yeah. So I there's a lot of the song that I feel is like I feel not imposter syndrome when I sing it, but like I gotta really put myself in the zone of like
Yeah.
this like heaviness for it to
Yeah.
make any sense.
You know, it's interesting because our mutual friend Reed was talking about you and your voice and kind of like your vibe and understanding of being much older than what you really are. And I think that like that song that's so true because
Yeah.
like I understand what he means now, because that is like as you spin around the earth or the sun like time after time again and like years go by, that it is like life can get really mundane. And I think that we reach out to like alcohol, weed, coke, fucking gambling, whatever it is, and like because it is boring. Like life in general is like kind
I
of
think that's
anticlimactic.
I think life is super like, wow, okay, this is not what I thought. Before I say what I think life is about, let me think about this sentence a little bit before I just dump.
I love that.
I think that it's important to remember in today's day and age that life is boring. Like life being boring could easily just be life, like you having an idle life or an idle mind.
Yep.
And we have kind of become a society that, I think these are very new problems because we have a lot of time on our hands now to sit
Agreed.
and think. And so I think it's important that we don't just all become drunks and don't all just, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I kind of see it with my generation. I really see it happening.
Yeah.
Everyone's gambling a bunch. I don't sports gamble because I can't, but I feel like if I could have, I might have. And like I'm glad I don't, because I feel like everyone does it. And it's like I don't have enough money to do that, so I don't know where they're getting this money to do that.
Right.
Yeah, and then like the drinking culture, like forget COVID, like, you know, frats and stuff. It's like, again, I was never in a frat, so
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I'm really not that guy. Like,
yeah, you don't give off that
no,
guy
yeah,
vibes.
but I find it's like we're back. Like alcoholism is like so rampant right now, and
it's, you know,
and it's like it's a bit dark. I don't mean to.
no, it's
but
real life.
That's what that song was about. Yeah.
I think it's important to like talk about, and I think it's important to like sing about. It was important to you at that time, and I think with any addiction or any like listen, everyone's life, and as you get older, like it's like you got to do. You're right. Idle mind, like, and what do they say? Like idle hands
Idle
are
hands,
the devil
yeah,
of.
my mom used to like that's how my mom kept us busy when my brother and I. She would just be like, I don't care what you're doing. You got to do something. You got to do something.
Yeah, and I think it's so easy now with like screen time and everything's like.
It just
easy.
seems like it's getting worse. It's like
it's important to like fill your time with positive things, but it's so it's like boiling a frog. You know, like suddenly you're like, you know,
it's like doing what to a frog?
Boiling a frog, like slowly in your life. Like that's how they like.
Is that an expression?
Yeah, like when you boil a frog, like you put a frog in like tepid, like room temperature water, and then you slowly boil them. They don't know what's happening. So like that's like a saying. And so like when you boil a frog, it's like something happening like slowly over time. You don't realize it's happening. So like
and then it dies.
And then it dies. So like yeah, and then people eat them.
You got a boiled frog.
Then you got a boiled frog. So like the thing is like if you think about like I can just tell you like my journey with like work and alcohol is that like it, you know, you like maybe you drink on the weekends and you're like, oh well, Thursday's the new Friday, and then like, well, Wednesday I had a long week, or I've had a long day, and like slowly over time it just becomes like in your mind like more acceptable to like drink, smoke, gamble, and whatever.
I'm not against I drink and I I love playing blackjack, but I don't. If I knew how to play Texas Hold'em, who knows. But
you should come learn here.
I should. The table here is wicked.
Plug.
Cool. Here's a little plug.
Yeah,
that table is wicked.
Easton Park Poker Club
Easton
bought
Park
that.
Poker Club. Who's that? Is that you guys as well?
Well, Steve started the poker club years ago, and then now we have a new president. But yeah, we like to play poker, so we created a situation where we play poker a lot.
Hell yeah, that's a really cool table.
Yeah, it's cool. We have two of them. We have that one and the black one.
But
I think like with anything, you kind of like get into it, but like you slowly start getting into things until it's either
too much,
you can control it, or it's out of control. What's another excellent song that you've written?
Another one?
Yeah. What's the first song you ever wrote?
Ever? God, I don't remember.
Okay. How long have you been writing songs?
I picked up the guitar for the first time at 17.
No way.
Yeah. So now we'll go because this whole story leads into, it's like, it's been one weird, complete career path change that has happened to me.
Yeah. Tell me.
I was going into business school. My parents wanted me to go into commerce and like go through, like do business. Then like right at 17, you have to go CJEP. Then I pick up the guitar and I'm like in a place in my life where I'm like very lost and confused and probably scared.
Teenage angst.
Yeah. And just, you know, maybe some mental health stuff that
Sure.
Right. But like that's all the same time. Like, and so then I pick up the guitar because I was trying to impress a girl. Classic story.
Okay.
It probably didn't work. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it didn't work. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Actually.
Is she your girlfriend now?
No,
Didn't
she's
work.
not. No, yeah. She's definitely not. I actually haven't spoken to her in years. But,
okay. We wish her well.
Yeah, she's a great person. Okay. Yeah. I was okay. Anyway, so and then I moved, and then so I started playing the guitar. I fall in love with it, and it kind of became my coping mechanism for like dealing with life and trying to figure out life.
Okay.
And so I was just like, I'm falling in love with like blues and like John Mayer's like the John Mayer trio side, like Continuum and the John Mayer trio, and anyone who understands like the love for John Mayer will get what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And then kind of like moving into Stevie, and then falling into like Gary, and then Gary Clark Jr. being the reason I moved to Austin. Which
no way.
Yeah, and then so I'm playing through COVID, and I just like I was pretty good like right away. Like I knew I could figure it out, and I just started writing songs, and I just took it really seriously, and I fell in love with it.
Cool.
And then COVID happened, and I sat there and played for 3 years nonstop.
Awesome.
And then I moved here because I was like, I'm gonna try it out.
Good for you.
Gary's from Austin, and you know what it was that I'd seen the movie Chef.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's a movie. Steve, may you please pull up Chef? So it's a movie with the guy Happy from Marvel, but I don't know what his actual name is. There you go, that movie. Yeah.
Okay.
With what's his name? Before I forget.
I can't.
Can you scroll down a little? Jon Favreau.
Okay.
Yes. Where he plays like a really famous chef who's by the way, his two love interests in this movie. Jon Favreau creates a movie, he writes the movie, and then casts Scarlett Johansson as his lover and Sofia Vergara as the woman he ends up with. Can you believe that?
When in control, do whatever you want,
hell
right?
Yeah. And Robert Downey Jr. is cast as like the asshole who, which is really funny because they're like best friends.
That is funny.
Yeah. And Gary Clark Jr. is in the movie for like a second when they come to Austin, they see Gary playing, and I was like, dude, I want that.
Let's talk about another song that you wrote.
Let's do it. Look at this bad boy.
Look at this. It's like, I mean, again, like we planned for this.
Yeah. Let me just retune real quick.
Sure.
I was thinking. I have a lot of really upbeat songs, so I think I have a lot of upbeat songs, so I'm gonna pivot and do an upbeat song. I was gonna do a blues one, but we can do more than one.
Yeah.
So.
You make the rules.
All right, here we go.
I've been wondering thoughts of you. Have you, baby, thought of me too? Yeah. Did this just happen because we fight? Is it too late to try and start it right? Yeah. I know it can be clear. Oh, I know you're scared. So why don't we get there? When we get there, 'cause we won't argue, no, over some dumb plan. Nothing's better, no, than when I'm your man. I still love you as much as I can. I know if we'd had maybe one more chance, not 'cause we differ, yeah, we start again. 'Cause I know, baby, it won't be pretend. I don't need a friend. Yeah, something like that.
That was awesome.
Cool.
Okay, so this is gonna sound real weird, but like when you start playing your guitar and singing, like the air around you gets like, I don't know, like it's just like so happy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no, like it's really, really very cool. Like the energy. Now you have a really good energy anyway, but like
It locks in. It gets
Yeah,
different. Yeah, it gets
it's
very different.
really,
It
really
gets
cool.
serious, yeah. Do you
Yeah,
want
but
to do
like-
another one? Because there was a lot of dynamic changes on that just to have it, or?
That was awesome. I think we got that one.
Yeah, okay, cool.
yeah, you can
I
hear
messed
it.
up a little on the guitar, but I don't think anyone noticed.
I wouldn't have noticed.
I hit like 2 wrong notes, but I'm just being a stickler.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you can, but no one would notice. That was
You're also sitting kind of semi-live on a podcast. So.
On a couch, yeah.
yeah. This is
cares?
amazing. So you wrote that song?
Yeah, I wrote that song a long time ago before I moved to Austin.
Okay.
And it's now on the album. There's a couple songs on this album from
Oh,
that
it's so cool.
that like I have brought with me from the past, and that's one of them. And
That's
that's
so
about
cool.
that's like from it's just that song doesn't need an explanation. It's just a basic love song.
Yeah.
And you can have it be about whoever you want,
I
about
love
whenever
that.
you want. I have really, really fallen back in love with that song.
Yeah.
So I really like it. Yeah.
It's got good vibe. No, that was good. Like it's a sing along song. Like I can't wait to like learn
that
it
we
and then
close
sing it.
we close every show with it.
Yeah.
We will be closing our show. This is a spoiler, like, but whatever. We
Okay.
will we close every show with it. That's
So Easton Park.
Easton Park.
That's the song.
At 9 p.m. we'll playing that one.
Oh my gosh.
Because it'll be the last one.
So I think we should do a challenge for Easton Park.
Sure.
We should have like a sing-along challenge.
If someone can sing along, I'll give them a free shirt.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the name of the song?
The song's called Need You Again. It's online too. You can look it up.
Okay, so Easton Park people, we need to study, listen to the song, and wouldn't it be so cool if you got the whole crowd to like sing with you?
That would be super cool.
Okay, I'll see if we're gonna make it happen. It's
why
Easton
wouldn't we?
Park.
Easton
You
Park.
can't have a sign like we do
Like
at
you
Easton
do.
Park and
Have you
then
seen the
not
sign,
have a
guys?
sing along at the end.
No, but yeah, people usually get into it like claps, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And with a full band, it's pumping.
Yeah, I bet. No, that's so awesome.
But it does start the exact like the song starts, which was weird because I don't always play. I very rarely play it alone.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this starts the same alone. Like there's nothing missing for the first half of the songs. It's just me, and then the whole band comes in.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so it gave me vibes of like
John Mayer.
No, well, yeah, a little bit, but I was thinking like Ray LaMontagne and
really?
Yeah, there was some, and then Paolo Nutini. Do you know him?
I don't know him.
He does this song called New Shoes. He's old, but it's really
New Shoes. Is he a Scottish guy?
Yeah.
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 My dad knows who he is.
Yeah, there was some like it's so cool. I love Paolo Nutini.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's like my
no,
new
he's
shoe-
not. He's not my dad's generation, but my dad
Yeah.
is the guy who showed me that song.
It took me a second to realize that I felt old there for a second.
No, I wasn't
He goes,
saying.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying you're old. I was saying that you're older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Paolo Nutini is great. A very, very talented guy. But Ray LaMontagne, too, is, that's, know.
He's a legend, though.
A
Not that
legend.
Paolo's not, but
No, of
they're
the
just,
two.
Yeah, they're just different. They're just different.
What's your favorite band
Ever? My favorite band ever, well, it's like the Beatles, but like the one that I actually listened. Like my favorite band ever was the Beatles because the Beatles was like, don't come at me.
Okay.
My favorite
You said
band
what you're
ever to
supposed to.
listen to is probably Arctic Monkeys, historically speaking.
Okay.
I
Love
probably
that.
listen to them more and for long, like throughout the like I will go and listen to them and then not listen to them for 2 years and then like only listen
fall
and they
into a
always
hole.
come back. It's either that or Tame Impala.
Okay.
Or I don't like I like bands that I can go see.
Okay.
So
Love that.
I love classic rock, but like if I can't go see it, like if I can't really live it, then I don't know.
Yeah,
so I
that's
love
fair.
John Mayer. I've seen him so many times live. I love Tame Impala. I've seen them so many times live. I love Gary. I've seen him a bunch live.
A really good Austin band, it's from a long time ago too, though. I am aging myself, is Ghostland Observatory.
I do not know them.
They're awesome. They're from Austin and just like so cool. Very, very like they were young guys, but like they should have like they were in the wrong era. Like I feel like you might be in the wrong. Like it's great. Like it's such a gift that you're now like playing the music that you
I
are.
actually completely disagree about the wrong era thing.
Okay, tell me why.
I think that like music is super cyclical, and I
Okay.
think every now and then something happens, and because people have been saying wrong era since the 60s, right?
Fair.
And there's been so much great music since. So
Fair.
what I think is actually happening is that people are like programmed to think that programmed is a big word. Like I think it's easy to be like, oh, that's not what music is music and it's always been the same and it's like it always feels the same and we're about to get right back into exactly that. Like we got like in the 90s everything got really real again and then it was like kind of weird and then the 2000s it was like not real at all. And
Fair.
then folk music came back big and now
Yep.
country music's coming back big, which means next is rock, right? Like that's how it's always goes like that.
Okay.
Like historically speaking.
Love that.
And so I think that it's just like it comes and goes. And then in 15 years, I will be the lamest person on earth. I mean, remember that fucking has been? Because that's what it is. And then 15 years after that, I'll be cool again.
Okay.
And then that's, I think so.
And then you die.
And then you die.
But that's great. So you
Yeah.
got 2
I think I'm
15
right.
minutes.
I think we're right on the cusp of like being right back in it.
That's so awesome. I
really hope so, at least.
I love classic rock. I think I grew up on it. Like, yeah, it's like Van Halen.
Like we cover a Kiss song
No
almost every
way?
show. Yeah, Detroit Rock City.
Oh, that's awesome.
Get up, everybody.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Are you gonna play it? Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I'll just play it. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
I should really tune this thing before I do this. We're gonna cut this and I'm gonna replay it in a sec. It's a very hard song to play because it's super. I'll do it properly though.
I mean, if you're gonna do it.
It's just such an odd song to do as one person, but we'll figure it out.
I feel uptight on a Saturday night. 9 o'clock, you know the radio's the only light. Hear my song and it pulls me through. The guitar strong, you know, tell me what I gotta do. Get up, everybody gonna move their feet. Get down, everybody gonna leave their seat. Yeah. You gotta lose your mind in Detroit, Rock City. Get up, everybody gonna move their feet. Get down, everybody gonna leave their seat. Getting late, I just can't wait. Stop the car, you know I try to make the midnight show. First I drink and then I smoke. Come on, baby, I think it's time to go. Get up, everybody gonna move their feet. Get down, everybody gonna leave their seat.
And then it just ends, you know, it just keeps going.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Some version of that with a full band. It's way cooler when it's not just me.
Yeah, that was
I have
very
the-
cool.
I have the lamest part in the song, which is the vocals. The other, like, Hunter and I do this really cool, like, there's a bunch of guitar harmonies in that song.
Okay.
We've tried to learn them. They're hard. It's not an easy song to play.
That's so awesome. That's
fun, different.
You played the drums too. That was awesome.
They're so necessary in that part, or else it's like...
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Like, what do you do with that space?
And then once you do the... You're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. No, there was no mistaking.
No mistaking,
what you were doing. No, that was awesome. What? So you've only been playing the guitar for 7 years?
Yeah, something like that. Some would argue that I'm not good enough at the guitar yet, though.
I disagree, but
is me, by the way.
I'm just some dumb bitch over here being like, that was awesome. So you're like, it is your passion. You can feel it.
I love it.
Yeah, like it like the air around you when you have it and you're playing. It's like different.
Oh, that's very cool to hear.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love it. People tell me I'm good at the guitar, and I don't which is great. And then people tell me I'm really bad at the guitar, which is well, because I'll never be a jazz guitar player kind of level of good, or maybe I will, but I'm definitely not now.
Okay, fair.
But I am a full-time musician, so I think the discrepancy is, yes, I love playing the guitar and it's my passion, and that is enough for me to be happy. Mm-hmm. So don't come at me, but also not to disrespect the people who are actually super fucking good at the guitar.
Sure. Have you always been able to sing?
I still don't think I can sing. I would make the argument that I moved to Austin, could not sing for sure. Like, I have a vocal coach, and he's also my best friend, and his name is Ronnie Hall, and his new studio is downtown in Austin, and you guys should go check it out. And I'm plugging him because he's one of my best friends.
Awesome.
Sorry.
And I think you're an incredible
vocalist.
vocalist.
He is the GOAT vocal coach.
Okay.
He could make Helen Keller sound great.
That's funny.
I got nothing from Steve on that one. I thought that was a shoo-in with him. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, Ronnie Hall, Black Box Music Academy.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
him, dude. He's in my band too. He's not coming to the May for. We get him when we can. That's what it is with Ronnie. He's just the shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's so cool.
He looks so cool.
Yeah, he really is.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, so you just okay. So let's just recap this for a second because
I got reads. I don't know if it's public. Never mind.
Do what?
I was gonna say something, but I don't know if it's actually public information. So
fair enough. You had a girl that you tried to impress at 17, picked up a guitar, realized you liked it.
Realized I was really good at it too, which was like and this might be the detriment of my skill to this point. I was the first 6 months I went like
Sure.
and then I plateaued, and
Okay.
then now it's just like regular stuff. But right at the beginning, I was like able to play solos, and people who had been like playing for years, like I'd be better than them within like 2 months of. I'd picked up the guitar 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I felt really cool. I was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm the shit." I was not the shit. I sucked, and I was good by proxy in comparison, right?
Sure.
You move to Austin.
Everybody's good.
The whole saying is everyone's good in their hometown, right?
Yeah.
Then you move to Austin, good luck. You move to Nashville, they'd shoot me. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
That's why it's like so.
It's just it's competitive. But I mean, like the point
It's not even that
is,
it's competitive. It's just they're really fucking good down here.
Yeah,
like
and
everyone's so good.
it's really there's so much talent. I think that people forget in Austin like how lucky we really are because
I hear that all the time,
Yeah.
especially during South by and stuff, or like when other bands come into town. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of great bands all over the U.S., but like, can you really hang? Like, can you really hang? Like, if I threw you in with us right now, I know you have 6 Grammys, but like, could you actually hang, or do you just click 6 buttons? Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
You know, we've been so lucky. We've had like, well, Jackie Venson we talked about. We had Bart Crow. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's like Texas country is a thing.
Like hill country music.
It's like, I don't know how to explain. Like Texas country is like rock and country, a little bit of blues, like a little bit of bluegrass, a little bit of blue. Like
Sounds fun.
it's just like a mashup of a lot of stuff.
I'm not huge into country. Only just be like.
I never have been either, but I like Texas country.
If you give me an example of an artist, I feel like I would be a really good.
Bart Crow. A bigger one would be like Wade Bowen, Randy Rogers, Robert Earl Keen.
Robert Earl Keen, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a subset of like
Yeah.
rock and country, and you two-step to it or you don't. Like
You know
it's
what
just a
song I'm
thing.
getting really into these days? Then windshield wiper, tapping on it. What is it? Gotta keep rolling. Done my life away, driving my life away.
yeah.
Looking for a better.
Okay, what would you consider? Is that rock?
That's like country rock. Country rock, yeah, like Southern rock.
Southern
like,
rock.
Which our album is Southern rock, like
Okay.
inspired.
Like Wagon Wheel. Would you consider that?
That's country music.
That's country
That's
music?
bullshit country music to me.
Not
Did you
like-
know, by the way, this blew my fucking mind.
Okay.
And did you know that Bob Dylan wrote Wagon Wheel?
I think so.
Oh. Is this not cool?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Bob Dylan he's written a lot of crazy songs.
But there's a country guy that covers it, that makes it sound really country. What is it, like Darius Trucker or something?
Darius.
He covered it
Yeah.
though. Like
No, I just didn't know that Bob Dylan wrote the song. I think
I-
that's insane. I found that out since watching the movie.
okay.
I didn't know that. I knew he wrote All on the Watchtower. Bob Dylan wrote the greatest country bar song of all time. I don't know if you guys understand. Like if you play at a bar, I will die before I play Wagon Wheel. I will never play that song.
Really?
It's just, dude. It's like I'd rather play Sweet Child of Mine every song I've never played that song either. But like,
It's just like
no,
it's
Sweet
just
Child of
like,
Mine's a great song. I like Wagon Wheel, but it's just
just like everyone does it.
it's
so
just
you
to me
won't.
that's like you have given up.
Got
It's
it.
like you have given up.
You know what? So
Like at least if you're like people always want to hear Freebird, but at least I know how to play Freebird, not well, but I do know
But
the
you could
notes.
play it.
Yeah, right. And like there at least is like Wagon Wheel's like 4 chords and it's dumb.
okay, fair enough.
I'm a
like
hater.
it.
I'm a Wagon Wheel hater. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So Jackie Venson said something we had the opportunity to see her in Maryland and in Virginia. It just by chance. Steve's from Maryland and we were going to see his family, and Jackie was like, "Oh, I'll be playing at this place. It's a 200-year-old house in Ellicott City, Maryland." And we were like, "We'll be there then."
Did she play Wagon Wheel?
No, she didn't. But she played for like 4 hours.
Whoa.
Like it was the craziest. It was one of the coolest musical experiences of my life. There might have been 10 people there.
Isn't that?
No, there's a lot more than that, but,
Okay.
but we're talking like 20, maybe 30.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but so I would say the coolest part about the South is that the best musical experience you'll ever have is not going to be at a concert almost 100% of the time.
Right.
It's going to be at a venue at the Max or a bar of some sort.
Right.
And it's going to be like, it's going to be a band that hasn't blown up yet, and they're going to blow your fucking face off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was when Jackie played.
Because Jackie's going to blow up, right? She's probably about to like take off, and that show will those shows will be the ones that they all go. Those. I remember the days when we used to play 6 shows.
Right. It was like that in that house, she played again for 4 hours, and she would be like, she was saying things like, she's like, if you ever in a show like see me look to the back and like just like play on my guitar for a while, it's because I messed up and I'm trying to get my head back in.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what? Like Jackie, no one would have, but she knows, she's so good at what she does. But then she has a song called Keep On that we saw her again the next day at this place called Falls Church, Virginia. And she played in Falls Church at Falls Church. And so Keep On was one of her, this is her in the 200-year-old house.
Is this your, did you post this?
Yeah.
Awesome Jackie Venson moments.
Yeah, this was one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of.
We're sitting in the front row right here. And
Can you play it? I'd love to listen to it.
Dude,
I'm
maybe 25 people in this room at the most.
Oh, she was.
That's her at Falls Church next night.
She's also using a blue Stratocaster, which is cool.
She's such a badass.
So this is what we sound like live, way more than how I'm giving off in the studio. We're much like my guitar tone sounds a lot more like that.
Cool. You sound great.
Yeah, no, I just before I surprise any audience member.
Yeah, on May 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said at this concert though, this was the next night after the house that you just saw, and she was like, look, Keep On is one of the first songs that she wrote. It's like, but it became quickly one of her most popular. And she's like, it like blows me away when people are like, oh, that's to my old stuff, or I don't really play that stuff. She's like, as long as I'm getting paid, she's like, I will play Keep On to the grave. Like,
keep on keeping on, Jackie.
Yeah, she's so freaking cool.
I hope I play Need You Again, like when I play bigger
like
shows.
later when you're just
when
like,
I like headline shows in the future.
Yeah, and people are like, play that song.
Yeah. I've had that happen like maybe 4 times in my life, and every time it's happened where like we'll be playing not at like a bar show, but like we'll be playing an actual show.
Yeah.
And someone will be like, "Can you play this song?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, you know that song, dude?"
What does that feel like?
Really weird.
Yeah.
Cause like, who are you? Like, why do you know my personal secrets? But it's like it's my fault. I put them out there, but it's
so
weird.
funny.
Like it's not actually weird, but the initial thought is like, who are you that you know my music? Like what? Like actually, like what? How did this happen?
Right.
And
It's got to be so like humbling, like proud moment, humbling.
Well, dude,
kinda scary.
immediately, I'm like, God, I hope my music's actually good.
Yeah.
Because if he likes it, he might be like, maybe they're dumb. You know, I'm not. I'm just trying to be funny right now. That's not actually how I feel about it at all.
No, it's
But
like,
no, like it's weird. It is weird.
It's got to be like a little bit of imposter syndrome, right?
Right,
With someone
because
knowing
that's what I'm like. Who like I was like, I don't think I'm the guy that you might
people know
might,
your songs.
Yeah. I'm definitely not the guy on stage. Like I get that I am, but like it's
got to be such a mind fuck, honestly. Like
a bit
where you're just and it's not like, maybe it's different for someone who like grew up playing the guitar, or both of their parents are musicians, or like you've always been in the spotlight. Like you're just trying to impress some girl at 17.
I'm
and, like,
still just trying to impress some girl. It's just the girl has changed. Yeah.
Yeah, like right. And it's so interesting. Like I'm sure like you go back into your catalog of songs and you're like, oh yeah, I wrote this about this person or that person.
I try not to write songs about people. I don't like doing it because they end up being bad. They end up being like, usually on my case, they end up being like either way too try hard or way too mean.
Okay.
It's like there's no in between. Like I'm either like, and so now what I do is I take like how I feel about a situation and then put that emotion into someone who then vaguely lives through something similar.
Gotcha.
Because then you can create it in a much more,
well, it's a very dynamic situation that people can relate to. That way,
Yeah.
probably. When you make it about one person,
and
it's
then when I
kind of
make it about me, I don't want people to hear the song. I end up being like, this is not, I don't feel comfortable sharing this at all.
Like, those are inside thoughts.
Yeah, and
I'm
like
making
these
it
are
about
actual
that.
things I feel about an actual person. So
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
That's
or I
funny.
should, and then anywho.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I would imagine like we've talked to Dusty Miller, and we've talked to Bart Crow and Tara New and the Crew of like songwriting and kind of what that process looks like and just storytelling. Like,
Yeah.
have you always been good at storytelling?
I've always liked, I've always liked storytelling. I don't know if good is.
Sure.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah,
Okay.
I have always enjoyed it. I remember I used to like be young and I'd be like drawing and it would be narratives.
Very cool.
It would be more like kind of more like they're like I would take a page and I would block it out and there would be like stories.
Yeah,
and
you're like
and stuff.
laying,
I think
you're
people like
planning,
looking back, maybe autism, maybe a bit, but
you got a touch of the tism.
could be.
Everybody
the more,
does.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more
Yeah.
like I used to sit alone and just make up stories for days.
For the record, most people can't pick up a guitar and just learn how to play it. Yeah, I mean,
That is a very, very fucking fair thing
mean-
to say. Dude,
yeah.
I remember my girlfriend was telling me that, like, you know, do you have music playing in your head all the time?
I'm thinking all the time. Like I have a dialogue in my head all the time.
I feel like I have music playing in my head constantly.
Okay.
And she was like, you know, that's an autism thing. And I was like, no. And she looked it up and it was. And I was like, what?
You're like,
I in all seriousness, I do not have autism and we shouldn't joke about it because it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
But so I'm quirkier than I wish I was.
well, you know what I think? I think that like talking about, and I want to like appreciate one thing about you is that like you seem to be very open and very accepting, and I am one of those as well. So like I agree that I don't want to offend anyone.
No,
but,
I like to make jokes, but here's my thing: is if I don't say that, then
people will think you're serious.
no, and even if they don't, it's just a reminder that, you know, yes, it's funny, but also because I don't want someone going, well, this guy's an asshole, because it's like, well, then you didn't listen. You know, that's
Right,
basically me going, that's on you, it's not on me.
Yeah, fair enough. It's like your disclaimer.
Yeah,
I love that.
because if you're upset with me about that, that's okay. But that'll be a difference of opinion, not a difference of who's right or wrong.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, your heart is in the right place. But I think like just everything is on a spectrum, and again, I'll just make my point. Most people can't pick up a guitar and just play it.
No, that's a very, very valid one. That one probably should be first on the list.
Just a thought. Are there other songs? Do you have another song you could play for us?
Yeah, I actually do. I would love to.
Somebody put me on a train before my choices ruined my brain. This twig in town, it's got me busted. Yeah, I'm the only one to blame. Gonna go insane, yeah. Somebody walk across my trail. See if your shadow still likes you, babe. All right, you know what? All right, we've pivoted. With every decision you make, does it bring you closer to God? I'm so sick and tired of this state, and we just keep running around like nothing's the same. Oh, and I think it's a shame. Oh, do you keep running from me? Is there someone else in your your life. 'Cause girl, no, you don't look so free. I'm just trying to get it right and get there tonight. Oh no, I think it's a shame. Oh, seeing who you are. Oh no, no, I think it's a shame. Yeah, I think it's a shame. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's a shame. Ooh, seeing who you are, yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's a shame. Yeah.
Okay, so
Does that sound like another song that exists?
yeah, but you don't even know how special though, because like, so Daniel Sahad was the lead singer of Nane. Good friend of ours. We love him. He passed.
Oh no.
Very good friend of ours.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, super
I didn't
sad.
mean to do this.
No, it was actually, but I think that's the power of music. Like,
Yeah.
is that like the beginning song where you were like, the very beginning where you were like wooing or what would, yeah. That sounds just like Daniel. That's kind of a gift, actually. Like, it was a very cool moment.
I do believe that music is a, like, I've never done that before.
No way.
Never opened the song like that before.
You haven't?
No, so that
Steve, you have to play it for him real quick. Okay, that
has to,
gives
like,
me.
But I think that there's a, like, I believe that I don't like musicians and songwriters aren't. It's not a skill. All you're doing is tapping into whatever's in the room.
Yeah.
And that was just there.
No way. You've never opened that song like
Not
that?
like that. Not like.
Oh my God. He and I both.
It's on the record at the end of the song, but I've never started it. Like, but it's like background. It's like background stuff.
I don't know if you noticed, you were in your zone, but he and I both looked at each other like, whoa. Are you pulling it up? Yeah, so Daniel Sahad was one of the most talented songwriters, he wasn't a musician. He had a beautiful voice. He played the tambourine, but he
was a singer.
He was he was excellent at putting a group of people together and like making pristine sounds. Like, I don't know how else to even explain it.
That's really cool.
He was
Daniel
Sahad.
Well, thank you, Daniel. I hope
Yeah,
you're
thank you,
listening,
Daniel. Yeah, he probably was. That was so cool. Like, I don't know, he like moved through you for a second, but Steve and I both were like,
That's
whoa,
fun.
that was so cool.
I'm happy to have.
Thank you.
Let Daniel in.
Yeah, it was.
No,
Yeah.
not what I meant to
That's
say.
funny. He would think that's hilarious. Thanks for being inside of Nico, Daniel. Be gentle. No, Daniel was cool.
That was a sweet moment.
Yeah, that was actually a very sweet moment. That was so cool.
And this room does get eerily quiet when I'm singing, which I really like. It because it's like I feel like I'm in a massive shoebox, like a huge shoebox, and like in like the best way.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point, right?
Yeah, it's just.
It is quiet. Oh, that's a great question. If you could perform with any two musicians from any time ever,
Dead or alive.
Yeah. Who would it be?
I think to meet Beethoven and be able to speak with him would be interesting. Like, let's say I speak German and Beethoven's alive, right? Let's skip to that.
Yeah.
Ich liebe Beethoven, which means I love Beethoven.
Okay.
In German.
Love that. Do you play piano?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Like I can dabble. But I just think he's got like. Imagine being. I don't even understand how he thought of like these. Some of these compositions are just ridiculous, right?
Right.
So to do that would be, but it's such a crazy question because like, okay, let's do separately. 2 of all time in the history of time. I'm going to break this up. It'd be Chopin, who was a pianist, and Beethoven, because I think those are the 2 craziest like people who have ever made things with music ever.
Okay.
But then that's kind of boring. So then like in like the real scheme of things, it's probably Hendrix. I'd love to play with Jimi Hendrix because I think I would learn so much just looking at him.
Yeah.
And I'd probably love to play with John Bonham, the drummer for Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd pick the 2 of them. I would be me, Jade my bassist, Riley my drummer would be John Bonham's. He would just look. He would be sitting out for this one because it's John Bonham.
I think he'd be okay.
And
with
then
it.
Hunter would sit out for Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
But we could swap. You know, we could.
Yeah.
We could figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be fair. If you had to name a blues album after your experience adjusting to Texas heat, what would it be called?
Texas Heat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How is the summer for you?
Fucking. What do you mean the summer? It's 95 today.
When did you move to Austin?
2 years ago.
Okay,
the day
so
I moved to Austin, it was minus 40 Fahrenheit in Montreal.
Okay.
Like the day I got in my car.
And
Now it's 40. It's minus 40 Fahrenheit's really cold.
yeah, real cold.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced minus 4? It's
No.
Like, that's the coldest day I've ever experienced ever. Minus 40 Fahrenheit's crazy. And then here now it's 95. So it's like a drastic change. Yeah.
Yeah. So how have you? How has that been for you?
Crazy, clearly, because I'm yelling about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it is hot. It's very, very hot. Oh yeah, do Canadians sing the blues?
Yeah, there's a big Canadian blues.
No way.
There is a big Canadian blues scene. It's because here's the thing: is winter. Your grueling summer writes blues, but like any grueling climate creates blues music.
Fair.
So I think the only place there's no good blues is like wherever Massachusetts is.
Okay.
Or like North Carolina to Massachusetts. It's too like
Just
there's
normal.
too regular. Yeah, go get a job. Like come on. Yeah.
Go get a job. There's nothing to write about. Oh Jesus. Okay, if you could have a threesome with any 2 musicians from any time.
A threesome?
A threesome.
Sexually?
Yeah. This is from Steve, by the way. I'm not asking.
Steve, I don't know if I'm going to answer that question because I can't think of any. I just feel like I'm going to pick. It's just going to be 2 guys, which is not necessarily representative. Just because I'd still want to hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like I would want to know. They would just like.
If that was your only way to hang out with them.
my only way to hang out with them, I would just be like, "This is. I'm gonna have to take one for the team." But Jimi Hendrix would be on our record. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Okay, if you could just sit down and have, maybe it doesn't have to be a sexual threesome. If you could have dinner with any 2 people, it doesn't even have to be musicians.
I do have a girlfriend, but like I would love to take Dua Lipa out for dinner. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, I think most
men,
maybe even women.
humans. Dua Lipa's quite gorgeous and cool.
Yeah, I mean, so
Or Billie Eilish.
yeah, Billie Eilish, very cool.
Oh my God, Billie Eilish is the coolest woman alive.
You think so? I mean, she's very, very, very cool.
I think she's badass as fuck. Everything
Yes.
about her is really cool.
Yeah. Yes.
I hate that she's made baggy clothes really popular again, and I don't look good in baggy clothes, so I'm mad about that. But other than that,
She looks really good.
Fucking great in them, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I could. I'm hating from outside the club because I can't get in. That's what's happening.
That's so funny. Okay, so what's the best advice you've ever been given?
Damn.
How about I just was given some great advice.
I stumped myself. What's the best you've ever been given?
We were in Colorado recently with one of Steve's old like longtime friends. And I was like, yeah, I had to leave Colorado to go to Dallas for work. And I was like, I'm really not looking forward to it. And he goes, well, what I always say is time will drag you through it. And we were both like, dang, John, that's pretty good. Let that
deep
sink
as
in.
Fuck. Let him in. Yeah.
Yeah. Time will drag you through it, good or bad.
You got no fucking choice.
Yeah, I was like, I think about that. Thanks, John. John Thompson from Ridgeway, Colorado. I think about that every day.
My dad gave me a piece of advice my dad, and this is not, he did not come up with this, but it's probably the piece of advice that I've heard that I repeat to myself the most, which is if I show up on time every day, I will be successful. I think that that's true. I do think that like last night, so yesterday, I woke up for a photo shoot at 8 in the morning. Then we did one show. Then we did a second show. I was home at 3 a.m. Sorry, I'm getting a call that I'm
You're
not
good.
going to take.
No problem.
It's my mom, actually.
You should take it on
No,
speakerphone.
she would freak out at me.
Oh, she would?
hates being
Okay.
on camera.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
she
enough.
would- like, she wouldn't in front of you, but, like, I would go home and she would be like, and she's French. That's my mom. You guys, anyway.
That's awesome.
I just think that that's probably true. I think that, I don't think I've done anything that particularly different in music other than just being excited to be here and working
Yeah.
hard and showing up every day.
Yeah.
And so last night we had a crazy day, and today was supposed to be my day off, and
Here we are.
here we are doing more work stuff, and it's just show up, be on time, be happy to be doing it,
Yeah.
and it goes like a long way. It's
Yeah.
much easier said than done because I love what I do.
Yeah.
But I think that is actually just the secret sauce is
Yeah.
literally just be on time and do it every day.
Yeah. To take that a step further, I think, and you kind of hit on it, is perception is key. And you're being positive. I'll be honest, today I woke up and I was like, we've been go. We're always doing something, and yesterday we had a podcast. I mean, even on the weekends we're working, right? When you're it's and it's fun.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off,
No,
but
you're good.
I do literally think that is the. But
Steve did the ultimate cutoff. God dang.
are we done?
No, we make the rules. You and I.
Well,
That's
no, but
okay.
we'll be able to cut a bunch of that, right?
I mean, some of it, yeah.
Well, all the parts where I'm practicing the guitar that doesn't.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so really we're
We're probably
maybe
fine.
he's accounting for that. But no, I think that perception, I woke up yesterday, we were oh cool, we only have a podcast on Saturday. And it's a lot of just a show.
Yeah, no,
it's
but
a lot of,
what I was gonna say is I've come out the other end, which is I live in a constant state of zen, and
Yeah.
that could be the marijuana, but I live in a constant state of I'm a musician, I don't really know what's gonna happen next, but if I start grueling over my schedule, I'm always going to be upset because my schedule sucks because it's
Yeah.
early nights but what I get to do is sick, so who cares?
Right.
And look at this. This was such a fun day.
Yeah.
And none of us, we all woke up this morning it's a thing I have to do, but
Yep.
I kind of just go, well, I'm going to show up and see what it is because
Yeah.
look, it's turned out to be super fun.
Yeah,
right?
we just made friends.
Yeah,
It's very,
right.
very
There
cool.
you go.
I think it you just got to. Everyone's got shit that but as long as you show up, and then if you can just switch your mindset to be this is gonna be cool.
It is cool. It
is cool.
It's things are only not cool once you've decided that, right?
Right.
Which is I don't know. I've tried to, because if not, life becomes very long. It seems like there's always a lot to do.
Yeah, circle back to your first song. Then you're freaking
Gin
drinking.
is staying dry, and the wine it does keep flowing.
Yeah,
I do like wine though. I lied a little bit about that. I drink a little wine.
I like wine.
I've never had gin. A gin and tonic is disgusting to me, but I appreciate that you like that.
Oh, I could drink gin and tonic. There's probably still some lingering 70 days later, just lingering in my body. I was drinking
There's
so much
G&T.
gin.
Yeah.
I love a G&T with some lime or an orange. Switch it up a little with an
My
orange.
favorite alcoholic thing to drink is a Bloody Caesar, which is not a drink that you guys have here. But it's like a Bloody Mary, but with Clamato juice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
What's it called? A Bloody Caesar?
Bloody Caesar. It's a Canadian thing, I think.
Okay.
I was on the East Coast of Maryland growing up, and we had red beer.
What's
which
that?
was just beer, a light beer with some.
Tomato juice.
See,
Clamato, I think is
Yeah, very similar.
yeah. I mean a good Bloody Mary. Yeah, a
dude,
good
but
Bloody
that's just a
Mary.
michelada.
Yeah.
Is that what you call that?
Yeah, I found that out yesterday because I'm, a white guy from the Northeast, right? So
Do you ski?
very much, but I hate it. I hate it.
Okay.
Yeah. I would actually cut this because my mom would I've decided I've retired. It's
From
not for
skiing?
me. Yeah, my family loves it. They go. They're probably on the hill right now.
Okay.
That she's probably calling me on her way back from skiing. It's a Sunday.
So that's what they're doing.
I'd literally rather do anything else.
Then ski?
It's freezing. The equipment isn't comfortable. It
Correct.
hurts your legs. It's exercise, yes, but in the war, it's what? Who the fuck is enjoying? It's freezing.
It's so cold. I don't like to ski. Steve would ski 100 days a year. We met in Telluride, Colorado. He
Okay, well,
loves
here's
to
the thing.
ski.
If I went to Telluride to ski, I think I would love it.
Okay.
I've been to we went to the Swiss Alps, and it was the best thing ever.
Okay.
That's glam skiing, though, right? Like skiing in Canada even on nice hills, is fucking freezing. Excuse my French. And I'm just agitated because we've had so many family fights about this.
Okay.
I just think it's so cold. Why would you do it?
I guess it is.
Telluride, it's a great climate. It's like it'll probably never get below like, I don't know. I only know Celsius, but like I can't imagine it would be like.
It doesn't get super cold.
It doesn't get super cold, right? There you go. It's like it's a pleasant winter's day.
Yeah, I don't like to ski though. Like Steve loves to ski. I grew up wakeboarding and water skiing. I can do that. I would do that all day.
I love water activities.
Same.
Because it's the
Warm.
summer. Yeah.
Yeah. So you like the heat then.
I love it. I mean, I love it. I think
Okay.
I'm supposed to be in Australia. Like, I think, like, in another life, I was Australian.
Love that. A lot of kangaroos.
Oi, you know?
So, do you speak French?
Yes, yeah.
You
what
do?
I speak with my mom mostly, yeah.
Like fluent?
Yeah,
What other languages do you speak?
that would be them.
What's been the most exciting, or well, maybe not exciting. What's been the most weird thing about living in America?
Your healthcare system.
Yeah, agreed. Don't even get me started.
No, we can't. That's a second. That's
That's
next
when you
week.
come back?
That's next week's podcast.
Okay.
I've had. It's been awful. Thank God ham exists. I don't know if you know what ham is.
Oh, very
Yeah.
familiar with him.
Thank God they exist.
Yeah, you're on ham?
Yeah.
All musicians who don't have health insurance need to check out ham.
Go check out
we
ham.
also, Steve and I have something called Access to Healthcare, which is, it's not ham, it's for anyone, but even if like you're not documented and you need
just because
access,
you guys are.
yeah, if you need help, we can help you.
Dude, I agree.
Okay, so
Heartbreak, the blues, or realizing Whataburger isn't covered by Canadian healthcare. Here's the thing: Whataburger doesn't exist in Canada at all. Do you know that in Quebec too, because of Canadian language laws, or like I'd never had Chick-fil-A, or like when I moved, I'd never had Taco Bell. We don't have those.
what's your fave?
Taco Bell is the shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Actually,
I'm
there's
embarrassed.
a 20%. I'm getting Taco Bell on the way home. I've decided. It went from 20 to 100 immediately. Actually,
Okay. Listen, I'm embarrassed about how much I can't eat Taco Bell very often, but I love it. Like I'm embarrassed about how much I love Taco Bell.
first time I had a Crunchwrap Supreme was the scene from Pink Panther where he eats a hamburger for the first time. It's like panning around him in downtown Manhattan. I was sitting in my car eating this Crunchwrap Supreme, and it was like, I get my Crunchwrap Supreme with extra everything.
Okay.
And it's just
so good. Extra everything. Where can people find your music?
Nico Little and the North Americans. That's the name of the band. You guys can find us at Nico Little and the North Americans.com or NicoLittle.com. I'm not sure. We're trying to change everything to the same thing, but
Okay.
if you look up Nico Little and the North Americans,
You'll pop
it
up.
all takes you to the same thing.
Awesome.
The
And
Google's good with that.
Google, yeah, it's like their job or something.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at it. What we didn't talk about the one thing we said we were going to talk about, which was why the name.
Because I'm from Canada. Well, we actually touched upon it.
Okay.
So Riley was an ex-Mormon from Utah. He's my
Okay.
drummer.
Got
and,
out.
Jade is from Texas and definitely an interesting character in terms of like, and I'm a Canadian, so I find that we're like kind of all these extremities of people in North America.
Okay.
And in a time where we could use a little people who are different coming together for a different cause and
Love
not
this.
giving a fuck about what and I just first of all the ends bounce really well off each other,
Yeah.
Nico and North, and then I wanted something that I could be like, this is I can stand by it. Like if I'm
Yeah.
actually trying to do this as like, I didn't want a dumb band name. I want a name that like I can stand by, and I find we represent something. It's just youth in America, and its reluctancy to fucking be told what. And I'm not trying to get political. Do whatever you want, but I like America as don't fucking tell me what to think or do on both sides.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we stand for.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Punk rock, dude.
Yeah. Wow.
This has been really fun. Thanks for having me, guys.
Nico Little and the North Americans. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And listeners, we will see you next time.
Bye.
And we just keep running around like nothing's the same. Oh, and I think it's a shame.